Hi everybody, what's up? I know it's been a long time, but I'm back and today we'll be doing Hijack machine on TryHackMe. It's 4 days old and I had fun doing it, so I'll walk you through it. Let's just start. We got the IP. Let's connect to TryHackMe VPN. You're good? Okay. Can we ping it? Yeah. So let's just do the basic port scan. I'll use Nmap. SVC, V for version, and C for basic scripts, and I'll specify the IP and file to store the nmap output. We can use dash -4 for making it a little bit fast. Okay. We can check with netcat too if like basic ports are open, like SSH is open, FTP is open, and what others? Like we can use this too to just basically check it. Is anonymous FTP login enabled? You can check that. I guess no. Yeah. Let's just wait for the nmap scan. Okay, we got 5 services on. Port 2049. Okay, we got NFS and FTP, SSH, basic Apache web server, and we got NFS. So basically what's NFS? It's basically a Linux protocol that will enable remote file system to be mounted over your local system. So we can use show mount command over this IP to check which which directories can we export and mount to our local system. So here you see like on this IP we can mount this file system onto our machine. Let's just make a directory for let's just do Voldemort, and I can sudo mount type of share NFS and IP here 10.10.43.91, specify colon share and where to mount here, and if I press enter, sudo password, and it's done. If I ls-l Voldemort, okay, you see here, what is this? It's owned by Carlos. And what's Carlos? I made a user Carlos. If you check etc password, let me just delete it first. I forgot to delete it. Okay, and now check again. Okay, it's good. So now if you try to cd into it, it'll show permission denied because it is owned by a user that has a UID of 1003. So there are few ways to get through it. Like you can edit the etc password file where all the user infos are stored, and you can edit your UID to 1003 here and can access it, or you can just create a new user that have the UID of 1003. Let's just name it Carlos. Okay, so and change the password for user Carlos. Okay, I messed up here. Okay, yeah, so if I ask you to Carlos now, and let's just get a bash shell, and if I try to cd into it, I can, right? No permission denied error. Let's just view what's in it. So here is a file for employees.txt. Let's just cat it, and we got credentials for FTP, right? So let's just log in FTP. Username is FTP user and password is this. West Virgin Mountain Mama. Is that? Okay. Now ls. Oh, like Let's just view every file. Hidden files too. Okay, we got two files from admin.txt and passwordlist.txt. Let's just get that onto a local machine. Sorry. Yeah. Passwordlist.txt. Exit through it. Let's just cat it. Okay. To all employees, this is admin speaking. I came up with a safe list of passwords that you all can use on the site. Okay, we saw the port 80 was open. These passwords don't appear in any word list I tested so far, so I encourage you to use them. Even I'm using one of those. Okay, not too rig. Good job on limiting login attempts. It's worked like a job. This will prevent any further future brute forcing. Okay, so if we check the port 80, what's there? Okay, it's basic welcome guest or administration. Okay, only admin can access this site, and there is a login page basically. Okay, is there a SQL there? I guess no, right? Let's just sign up. Carlos, carefree. If you try to sign up here and now log in with Carlos, you see here is welcome Carlos, and still access denied. And if you try to go over network tab and refresh the page, you see this, and go over cookies, there's a PHP session ID it's creating, and if you look closely you can figure it out that it's a base64 encoded string, right? So let's just use cyberchef to decode it, or let's just use a terminal. We can put it and pipe it to base64-d for decode, and you see it's basically storing our username and password, and it's I guess storing password in MD5 format. Let's just check if I put the password here, password hash, and you see it's MD5, right? So I'm sorry. uh, and we also got a password list, right? These are all the passwords. If you check it, these are like 150 passwords, and if you directly try to brute force the login page, let's just do that, log out and log in. If you try to brute force here, we know the username because admin specified it, like even I'm using one of those. So the username is admin, uh, and let's just -l admin. Password list, we got this, and we want brute force http post form, specify the IP first, and I'm sorry, and the path login.php. Okay, user, oh sorry, I'm using the bad syntax here. User and password is equal to pass colon f is equal to, like, basically error we are getting. Let's see the error. Admin, the password you entered is invalid. And specify -i to ignore the restore file, and v for verbose. And I guess it's the right one, right? Let me just confirm. Yeah, it's the right one. We don't need that. Let's just enter. I forgot to close something. Okay, hold up. I got to use single quotes here. We're good. So you see this, right? there are a lot of 200 okay, and it's just not working. And if you try to refresh the page, you'll see, hold up, it didn't show it up here. Okay, it's basically, let me try just like 5 login attempts. I don't know why it didn't show it up on the page. Like, yeah, it will log you for like 300 seconds. That's why it's showing like every password just worked after that. And yeah, basically we can't brute force. So you can see, like, if you didn't try to sign up, you will thought, yeah, like you will think you will need to bypass the rate limiting here, right? So I tried that, and here it is. I tried to use a random user agent each time, all right, but it didn't work. I tried like using X forwarded header like with random IPv6 address, but it still didn't work. So I signed up and I saw the PHP session ID, and I found out like it's storing passwords in the format of like it's storing the cookie in the format of this and MD5 hash of the password, right? So we can basically try to, we got a list of passwords here, and so what are we gonna do? Like basically there's a big hint here, like hijack, like we can session hijack basically of the ad for the admin user. And so first we're going to do like take the password file like this file, and with the md5 sum command we're going to create md5 hashes of each password here and store it in a file. And then we're going to do, basically we're going to append admin colon in front of this and md5 hash here, and we're going to convert this whole string in base64, like we're going to encode it in base64, right? And then store it in new file, and then we're going to brute it, like basically change this cookie each request we made. And when the session is successfully hijacked, it will show us the cookie like that we need to replace here. And how it's going to know that we have successfully hijacked the cookie is basically, you saw on the web page when you log in, like when you log in it says welcome guest. When it says welcome admin, you'll know that you're logged in as admin. So let's just see all of this in process. Okay, I have this password txt file, right? And I got this md5 sum.sh script. I'm just going to run it, and we need to specify our input file. Basically that's what this line is doing. Okay, let's check if the first parameter is is of length 0. It will show this help message basically. And if you specify this, now we got a new file, new2.txt, and that will contain all the MD5 hashes of the passwords that were in that word list. And now we can run base64.sh, and it will take the new2.txt file and take the input from there and append admin colon and then encode it with base64 and store it in the new file, right? So now we should have new3.txt. And right, does this look similar to you, like what we had here? If you see, let me just log in, Carlos. If you go to storage tab, this is similar, right? And if you try to base64 decode it, you will see like it's storing it in the format of admin and md5 hash of the passwords. And we know from this file that admin used one of the passwords from this file. So now we can try to hijack the session using this script. Basically it will replace the php session id cookie each time we make a request to the ip. And I just like thanks shout out to Zero Day. uh, he got this multi-threaded script from ChatGPT. It was the original script you can use to hijack the cookie. And try ChatGPT just made it like it will just work in like 3 seconds. Let's just test it right now. Session hijack the pi. I have replaced the IP, right? Let me check. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so and bam, we got the cookie for admin, and we can just like copy it. Like it's super fast, right? And if you try to go over to the browser and double click this and replace with the admin cookie and hit F5, and we are admin now. So this is basically session hijacking, and now we can access the administration.php portal. And what do we got here? It's basically a service status checker. Okay, so let's just put a service name like PrivEsc. Okay, so does this output look similar to you? If you're a Linux user, you should know. If you do sudo systemctl status PSFTPD, like uh, let me just start it first. It will relate more. So does this look similar to you? Right? This is exactly the output it's showing us on the web page. So what it's basically doing is taking this parameter as an input variable and running this command in the background. Right? So if you know Linux, we can try command injection here. Like we can use semicolon and other parameters to run like 2 different commands within the same line. Like if I run this, you see it's run the id command too, right? So yeah, we can use ampersand to and different things. So let's just try it. Let's just do semicolon and id. Let's just see if it works. Okay, so we see command injection detect. So they have placed some filters to filter out some like characters like this to stop command injection. Let's just try another way, and id, and boom, it's easy. So you got it working. Otherwise you could just google like command injection bypass on Hacktricks. I'll provide the link in description, and there are multiple payloads you can use to bypass different type of filters. So but we got it working, right? So let's just check what's in the current directory. Okay, we got administration.php, config.php, and several others. Okay, so let's just check what's inside administration.php. Okay, it's just preparing a SQL statement to log in as admin, and it's the admin MD5 hash. Okay, so if we try to like cat passwords and grab this thing, sorry, if we try to cat new2.txt where MD5 hash was stored and it's found it, let's just check for which line, 82. Okay, so let's just open our password file and let's go to 82. Most probably this. This was the password for admin user, right? So yeah. Okay, what's next? Oh, okay, let's just check the source code for better visibility. And so yeah, this is the code it was using to filter the like semicolon and the pipe symbol. So basically it didn't filter the double ampersand symbol, so we directly executed the shell exec function and didn't get stuck here. So yeah, this was the basic. So we can get a shell from here now, and okay, did I messed up? Like, oh, okay. So what we can do here are basically let's just cat. There was config.php, right? Let's just try to cat that. And it says connection failed. MySQL connect error because we don't have a shell. We don't. Oh, here is it. So there is an easy way around it, or you could get a shell and then you could escalate your privileges. But here you see we got a username Rick, and if you remember correctly from admin.txt, we got a possible username to Rick, so we know it's on the machine, and we got its password. And if you remember, we got SSH open, so we can just try to log in with Rick over this IP. What was the IP again? 10.10.43.91. Let's just see if we can log in. And sure we can, right? So yeah, we got our first flag. Congratulations. Or I'll show you other way too, to just first get the shell. And if we search for who am I, we are www data user. We can also get a shell for this user. And how are we gonna get it? Let's just uh, like get a reverse shell for PHP. You can use revshells.com. It's the coolest one I know. And you can go here, PHP pentest monkey and none, and just use this, save it into a file using this, and start a PHP server here. Oh, sorry, Python server. You can use PHP too. Like, I'll just do this, and we can use wget to right. So we can use wget to get our PHP shell here, right? And if we now, I'll check the directory. You see, we got our shell uploaded on the server. So let's just start a netcat listener now and delete port, and let's just go over to this. And if you check your terminal, we got the shell as www data user. So let's just table it first. Enter pty.spawn bin bash easy peasy control z stdio row echo fg double enter and export term to xterm clear, and we are good to go. So now we can check config.php, and we got it, and you can just directly su to rig with the password now gonna give you up. And we are rigged. So yeah, you could have done that, or you could have, even if you missed this, you could have run linpiece, it would have shown this. So yeah, that's easy. So we are rigged. So let's escalate our privileges to root. Let's do the vertical privilege escalation. Okay, so you can try to do like linpiece, or let's just check what we can run sudo as rig. So we can run this command as sudo with rig without the sudo password. So it's basically you are restarting like the Apache server. Let's just try to run it if you want to see it. Sudo, we can run this command as root with the user rig and Apache. Okay, so basically doesn't do anything, just restarted Apache, I guess. And if you check here, we got environment keep plus equal to ld library path. And if you would have done like Linux PrivEsc ROMs and any other machine, it's most common. Like it's like a common PrivEsc method. If you would just Google environment keep PrivEsc, you can find articles and blog posts about it. Like there's a hectric page, and you can just search environment. Hold up, it's loading. Okay, you can search environment keep, and here it is. So if you find inside the output of sudo-l the sentence this, and you can call some command with sudo, you can escalate our privileges. So we got both things. We got this in a sudo-l output, and we can run a command with sudo. So yeah, we got this. but you see it's LD preload and we got LD library path, so we can basically control uh, the path like from which the library is getting loaded. So you don't have to use this one, we gotta use this one. A similar PrivEsc can be abused if the attacker controls the LD library path environment variable, because he controls the path where libraries are going to be searched for, right? So if you just copy the C code and move to the like temp directory, let's just vim c, paste it here, save, exit, and compile it. Oh, we got, okay, we can compile it here, temp, and if you check first, like, let's just see. Apache 2, we got Apache 2. You can use LDD command to check for which libraries, like which shared libraries Apache 2 binary is using. So we got this, right? We got this from here, right? So that's what we are compiling it to. So let's just compile it now. If you understand what I'm saying right here, right now, okay? So and we got volume.c. I think I'm right, and we got to a share too. So it works fine on old distros, and we're good to go. Just a one. And if we check, we got our shared library that we can run sudo, and if we specify ld library path from temp, we got here, because we got the shared library here, it will search this path because we control this now. And if we try to run that command, that we can run as sudo, where is it? Here. If we try to just copy this command and run it now, we got root, and we are root. So we are root, and this was the room, guys. So I hope you learned something new. And let's just run linpiece as Rick user. Let me just go to my ops tools and let's just run linpiece. Oh, no. Is it working? Yeah. cd shm. Let me just double look at it. And you could have run linpiece like without even downloading it over to the system, like just directly piping it to bash, right? And we can also save the output using t command linpiece.log. So let's just see if it finds something for us. Okay, let's just wait. I would try to be more active now. My exams are also coming up in December, so just give me some time. And there might be a huge shout out coming from me. I'm waiting for that. I was also working on a project on dark web. I will show it to you guys after some time. What do you got? So you got it. I don't see it. You guys comment down, like give me reviews what I did wrong, and if I did right, I'll appreciate your appreciation basically. Okay, it's nothing here. There's a lot of red things. So okay, it shows like It shows the command that we just ran. Uh-huh. What else we got? Uh, root is in red. Mm-hmm. That's a heat output. Let's just cat it. Let's just see if it got. Yeah. Oh shit. Hold up. It should be here. Yeah. Grab for environment. Keep. It didn't get that. I grab for break. Grab for password. Hmm. Let's just look at it again. Did we miss something? Okay, it grabbed that password thing, but did it notice the environment key thing? The first time I used it, it showed like that and like red yellow, like 95% privilege escalation vector. So I got to know it from there. I don't know why it's not saying up right now. Is it not checking the sudo -l output? Um, I don't know, guys, but that's all I got to show today. I hope you had fun. I'll see you next time. Let's just terminate it. So, thank you. Comment down the video. See ya.